It feels strange. I used to think that the witch's side had such a huge advantage, but now that I'm on that side, I see that that's ridiculous. It's almost like the game where you stick knives in a barrel and try not to stab the mustache guy inside. From the perspective of the human side, it feels like trying to shoot at a target hidden by mist. But from the witch's point of view, a stray shot might hit and become fatal. The old me played games like that all the time. Yeah, it's almost like Russian roulette. Even so, you believe that I'd eventually notice and stretch those games out to the limit. It may be impudent of me to ask, but just what is it that you notice, Balor, at the very end of your games with the old me? It was a strange question, even though in the past, Beato had always been the one posing it to Balor. Now that Balor had figured it out, Beato was the one asking it to him. Our roles have been completely flipped, haven't they? In the past, only you remembered, and only I forgot. But this time, it's the other way around. Only I remember, and only you have forgotten. Would you mind telling me what that is? Telling you would be easy, but I don't want to tell you. I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to believe in a miracle for a bit myself. A miracle? Yes, this is the single miraculous seed that Balor had left behind. If Beato could remember a certain something without being told, that would prove that Beato had truly revived. So he wouldn't tell her. It was Balor's final seed, which existed because he still couldn't abandon his hopes for Beato's revival. Let's try that again. So he wouldn't tell her. It was Balor's final seed, which existed because he still couldn't abandon his hopes for Beato's revival. If you can't tell me, then I won't ask. If I have displeased you, please forgive me. Don't worry about it. I just never know when to give up. As she watched that sad smile, Beato's chest tightened. He was looking at her and seeing the old her. Yes, I must become my former self for his sake. My older sister who gets burned by spiderwebs, and I who don't must become one. Surely it's more useful to him if I go on a journey to find myself now, than if I simply watch over his game. How do you feel about this game? Do you think you can win? I intend to win. I'll win. I'll end this eternal torture, just like Beato wanted. When it ends, what will happen to the world? Who knows? I wonder. However, that's what we wish for. So, no matter what the result is, I'll accept it. What will happen to me? Beato was uncertain. Even she was probably no more than a piece in this game. If the game ended, then would she, the one who had been born out of the game's rules, disappear? The game will probably disappear, but now I completely understand magic, so I'll be able to carry you off the game board. I think that was your wish. My wish? The rest is a secret. I'll be waiting for a miracle, for you to remember that all on your own. After smiling bitterly for just a second, Balor laughed and told her not to worry. Apparently, it was best if she avoided talking to Balor about her previous self. Well then, I'll go check on my opponent for a bit. I can't wait to see what kind of twisted logic that idiot thinks up next. The old Balor did that a lot too. My favorite was the one from the first twilight of the second game when you said the culprit killed everyone by feeding them small bombs. Ah! The highlights of my dark past. Please forget that ever happened as soon as you can. Yes, I will try. Balor became a cloud of gold butterflies and disappeared into the darkness. Beato kept bowing until he disappeared completely. To fill his place, a single gold butterfly appeared and became Beato the Elder. Did you call for me, little sister? Yes, I want to know more about you, and I want to know what the real me is like. I want to become like that. Of course. I also want to know about my future self. Didn't we reveal everything about ourselves?
to each other for that purpose. However, we did not become one. I cannot understand what we must do to become our single self.
What can we do to become one?
I have high hopes for the trials of Zepara and Furfur.
You mean the miracle of magic given to the victors?
I wonder if that magical miracle means becoming one. I will find my true form. You will fulfill Balor's wishes. Balor will be overjoyed too, so all three of us will have what we want.
This is a trial, right?
It means we cannot lose to the other two pairs.
George and Shannon, Jessica and Canon. I can only grasp happiness by trampling over them.
The conditions apply to all of us. If one of the others succeed in love, the other two groups, including you, will be trampled over.
Why must the scales be so tilted, I wonder?
Tilted?
Some people will find love, others won't. In that case, you can put those two groups on a scale. However, the scales for our trial have 3 plates, and 2 must lose for 1 to win. That seems horribly skewed.
Who knows? It might mean that successful love is worth 2 destroyed ones. You're too insecure, little sister. If you can't put your desire to answer to Balor's expectations before your uncertainty over what happens to the losers, you won't be able to win anything.
You're right. I won't give up our victory. I don't like doing this to the others, but there will be no hard feelings between us and them. If I do lose, I'll give my strongest blessings to whoever of the lovers win. So I'll fight with all my heart and soul, so that I have no lingering regrets, and I'll win that miracle of magic.
How was it? How did the blue and red shootout over the first twilight go?
We started by testing the waters. Balor seemed pretty eager too. She had just come back from a fierce fight with Balor, where she had gathered information by making demands for the red text. It was the old familiar kind of fight reminiscent of when the red text had first appeared, or when the use of blue text first What? I'm sorry. She had just come back from a fierce fight with Balor, where she had gathered information by making demands for the red text. It was the old familiar kind of fight, reminiscent of when red text had first appeared, or when the use of blue text was first permitted.
And the result?
First in all the cases, it was the victims themselves that constructed the closed rooms. Also, those closed rooms were perfectly preserved until Krause's group broke them open. Also, I confirmed that during this period, all sorts of interference from the outside were impossible. ERIKA reported this as proudly as though it had been a great battle, but Bernkastel looked bored as she listened. After looking at her blankly for a second, Lambda Delta spoke her opinions frankly. Wait a second. Doesn't this mean that this closed room murder was perfect? What? The victims had sealed the closed rooms themselves, and the closed rooms had been preserved until... The victims had sealed the closed room themselves, and the closed rooms had been preserved until Krause and the others broke them open, and no one had been inside the closed rooms except for the victims. And Krause's group, the ones who'd broken the rooms open, were not culprits. In this way, she had managed to win several little red truths like these. Normally, simply collecting such vital information would have been enough. However, the Master Witch, tired with boredom, had expected a much more flashy argument-winning victory instead of this bland result. However, this time, I don't have the detective's authority, so there's a chance I messed up when examining the corpses. So, if we suppose that the drug that mimics death was used to fool my examination, You mean Puru Puru Pico Puyo? No, not that! It's not possible for certain well-known drugs such as insulin to bring about a temporary state that mimics death. Balor did not counter that with a red truth. In other words, my blue truth worked. I think we started with a victory. To sum up with ERIKA's report, all she had done was listen to the red truths Balor had wanted her to hear, Only the information that Balor had wanted out there had been shown, and she hadn't been able to strike at any weak points. She was like a kid who'd gone out shopping and forgotten her job and only bought candy. However, this was all the players on the human side could do. Without the detective proclamation, she could only fight by collecting dull bits of information like that. However, her master had been expecting more than this sort of dull fight. So she had tried to give her report more energetically to make it seem as though they were in a superior position. But no matter how much she tried, the cold expression of her master remained merciless.
Your blue truth worked. If you didn't cut it down, it's probably just because it was too stupid. You call yourself a great detective with reasoning like that.
I did try to examine the corpses with care to the best of my abilities. However, I don't have the detective's authority, so we can't be certain. Wait a second, weren't you the one who decided not to make the detective proclamation? Didn't you say you wanted to raise the stakes to make up for your disgrace last time? Well...
What's wrong? Are you saying you can't win against Balor with a detective's authority?
That's not true, my master! I could easily defeat an incompetent like that, even without a detective's authority! It's just the style of fighting is a little different from what I'm used to, and I haven't gotten the hang of it yet! As far as humans go, ERIKA was quite talented. Her knowledge and powers of memory and insight were ahead of the pack. As far as humans go, ERIKA was quite talented. Her knowledge and powers of memory and insight were ahead of the pack, and it was likely that no human was more well-suited as a detective than her. However, no matter how much of an advantage she might have had over other people, that didn't matter in a witch's game. In the witch's game, it's either 0 or 100. In other words, everything is either the red truth or it isn't. If a normal human was worth a 10, her exceptional power would probably rate a 99. However, it could never be 100. Since it wasn't 100, it couldn't be absolutely certain, so it didn't count as red truth. For example, the examination of the corpses that ERIKA had worried over in the fight just now, if she had performed it with the detective's authority, she could have said it with 100% certainty whether they were alive or dead. However, without the detective proclamation, it was 99%. There was a 1% chance that she had made a mistake, and that overturned the foundation of the examination. ERIKA had gained the detective's authority and had become the Witch of Truth, because Bernkastel had supplemented her talent of 99 with the additional 1. Simply because Bernkastel wouldn't give her that 1. In the world of witches, ERIKA's 99 was treated exactly the same as 0. She couldn't even use her great assistant Dalnor without the power of 100. When working under an ERIKA who had lost the detective's authority, Dalnor's red longsword lost its power. Dalnor was also irritated that she couldn't provide full assistance. She tried several times to convince ERIKA to use the detective proclamation, but ERIKA had stubbornly refused each time. Why not just do it? Make that detective proclamation. If you do, you'll be unstoppable. Dalnor could even use her red longsword and the Nox Decalogue.
Why not do it? If you want.
No! There was no need for anyone to explain. By now it was clear that ERIKA hadn't abandoned the detective proclamation by her own will.
When Balor reached the truth during the previous round, this game was already finished. This isn't really the 6th game. It's just a finale so that Balor can have a chance to serve as Game Master at the end. The result was already decided last game.
Yeah, pretty much. The games will continue forever, and I've lost my bet with Byrne. In this game, Balor will prove that he's reached the game's truth, and then Banto's game will be destroyed in a big victory for the human side, and a big victory for Byrne too. Well, supposedly, if you look unsatisfied for some reason. Oops, let's try that again. Well, supposedly, but you look unsatisfied for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not satisfied. I didn't want such a boring victory.
The victory you did want had Banto's game board being torn to bits, and Banto's true pathetic form exposed, humiliated, and trampled on. But this victory of Balor's isn't quite like that, is it?
All this about love and promises. He wants to end the game quietly and let her sleep in peace. That sort of ending would make anyone vomit. I didn't give Balor all that advice so he could end things like that. I had his little sister turned to scrap meat behind his back. I had his parents and family killed horribly over and over again. That was all to spark a desire for revenge against Beto. And now, what kind of ending is this? Have I won? Of course not. Balor's got his hands on a victory that neither you nor I can stand. I had to withstand a staggering period of boredom just to come all the way out to this backwoods territory, just so that I could see Beatrice lamely and pathetically torn to little bits. I didn't come here to sip from a rotten yogurt fragment like this.
Aww, your angry face is wonderful too, Bern. I see. So this is why you wanted to straighten things out for yourself at least once in the end.
It's all the fault of this moron piece screwing up all the time in the last game. Because of you, this game board that looked like it'd be fun for the first time in thousands of years has all been wasted. Filth, trash, scum!
My apologies, my master. I will definitely bring you a victory, so please forgive me.
If you couldn't win with the detective's authority in the last game, how do you expect to defeat Balor now that he's the game master? You don't have any chance at winning, even with the detective's authority. So why bother with it?
True, if you can't win either way, the detective proclamation isn't necessary. The lack will just make your loss all the more certain.
And therefore, if you manage to win in even this worst situation, that would be a miracle worthy of me. If and only if you can do that, I'll be able to forgive you.
Yes! I will surely show you that miracle!
Like hell you can, scum! All you can do is thoroughly expose your wretched self in a horrible punishment game, with your only weapon taken away from you. And through it all, you can still roll over playfully and beg to keep me entertained, scum.
Sounds like you're having fun. Am I getting in the way? Gold butterflies gathered in the darkness and took the shape of Battler. Though he had just arrived, he seemed to know that the moon was dark.
Battler. I had a look at your first twilight. Quite impressive closed rooms. I'm sure you're even more talented than Beto.
It's just a rehash of the closed rooms Beto made in the past. I'll take that as a compliment aimed at her. It seems your fight with ERIKA wasn't bad either. Think your serial murders would move along smoothly? Who knows? My role isn't to carry out serial murders. It's to use that process to show you closed rooms that are impossible without magic, and thereby achieve victory for the witch side and prove that I've fully understood this game. No. There's one more thing.
What?
To settle things with ERIKA, after that evenly matched duel we acted out this last time. Battler!
Evenly matched?
Berncastle noticeably grimaced. ERIKA averted her eyes and hung her head timidly. I know what you'd like to say. That wasn't a draw. We should have won easily, so it counts as a loss. Oops, I know what you'd like to say. That wasn't a draw. We should have won easily, so it counts as a loss. Hey, it's not polite to eavesdrop. Look at a mirror. It's written all over your faces. No way! Where? Hey, what's going on? If you tell me it's written in ink only morons can't see, then death, super death for you! Lambda Delta pulled a mirror out of thin air and looked at it, jumping around angrily. She was apparently pretending to be stupid in her own special way. You know, that's kind of giving me a scene flashback of Higurashi Go. I don't know why. ERIKA. What is it? That final fierce attack you and Dalnor made in the last game was spectacular. Thanks. What happened to Dalnor this time? Oops, I messed up. What happened to Dalnor this time? Are you by yourself? No, I have been waiting here.
Dalinor had just been standing around in reserve, hiding her presence in the dark shadows.
Well, when she can't use her red longsword, Dalinor is just useless scum. There's no point in having her around, so she's just hanging back. All I can do now is record Lady ERIKA's reasoning.
Why won't you fight with her? Why can't you use that red longsword? ERIKA's reasoning and your longsword. Those were strong because they work together. Dalinor didn't answer. She just glanced at Bernkastle's expression for an instant. However, that glance was the same as a clear answer to Balor's now. Balor fully recognized the situation. You're the one who told ERIKA not to use the detective proclamation. I don't know what you're talking about. This fight is between me and ERIKA. We're gonna fight with all we've got. That way we'll be able to accept whether we win or lose. There's no need for a mastermind behind the scenes like you. Come now, I'm no mastermind. I'm just a theater-goer trying to relieve her boredom. A theater-goer is someone who sits quietly and stands in and watches. That's not what we call someone who jeers at the stage and threatens or manipulates the performers. Sorry for being an ill-mannered audience. You might not know it, but I've already paid a huge admission fee to watch this play. Sorry, but I intend to enjoy it until I get my money's worth. If you get in the way of the game's progression, I can use my authority as the game master to boot you out of this game. If you want to, go ahead. If you chase me out, then I'll head back with my piece, ERIKA. This game will be cancelled, and you won't be able to prove that you reached the truth. A theater-goer is an observer. A truth with no observers is the same as an illusion. You need a theater-goer as a witness until Beato's game ends. Our truth only needs to pass between the two of us. If you get in the way any further, I'll boot you out by force. Then you can writhe about and boredom for a few centuries until you find another way to kill time. Then go ahead and do that. ERIKA, this game is over. Good work. You were completely useless. You weren't able to overturn the dishonor of your loss, so as promised, I'll throw you into the worst fragment. I'll toss you into the depths of oblivion with the empty popcorn buckets.
My master! I will win! I'll win no matter what! So please, let me fight Balor until the end! I don't want to lose and get thrown into the depths of oblivion!
You know what I want to watch until the end, right? But Balor says he'll toss me out. Hey, what will you do, Lambda?
Well, I realize you've been irritated since the last game, Burn, but calm down a bit. And Balor, don't provoke Burn so much. This kid can't control her emotions sometimes.
Shut up. Who can't control her emotions? Bernkastle, who had never shown any expressions at all at one point in time, was now twisting her face into all kinds of displeased and ugly shapes. When Lambda Delta made fun of that, Bernkastle clicked her tongue and looked away. As they said that, nothing can stop poison but poison. Apparently Lambda Delta was the only one who could rein Bernkastle in.
ERIKA, you want to fight Balor and clear your name and get Burn back into a good mood, right?
Yes?
Balor, you want to quickly and neatly end this final game, so that you can prove that you found the truth, right?
Yeah. This is a face-off between me and ERIKA. I won't let anyone get in my way, but I won't let anyone get into ERIKA's way either.
Battler, if both of them wish to fight, then that should be respected. Leave Burn to me. I'm the only one in the world who can calm that kid when she gets in a bad mood.
You're the same sort as her, but at least you can be reasoned with.
You shouldn't underestimate me. I just like seeing Burn grimace. That's why I've taken a liking to this game of yours. If you think I'm easy to handle, you're apt to get burned, okay? Dalinor can't use her red longsword because the detective proclamation hasn't been made. If ERIKA makes it, she'll regain her power right away, right? Yes. When that happens, forgive me.
ERIKA,
What?
make the detective proclamation.
No. Do you really think you can beat me as I am now without the detective's authority? I can win.
Lord Battler, Lady ERIKA is herself a piece. She cannot disobey her master's orders. All she can do is gather the power she has and fight for survival.
And Dalnor, your power can't be used at all without the detective proclamation?
I need permission before unsheathing the red key. One form of that permission is a detective proclamation.
Are there any other ways of getting that permission? What are you saying? If you're doing this out of pity for me, that's none of your business. Quiet. You're so flimsy by yourself that it's boring. Be quiet, detective who isn't a detective.
The red key is infinitely similar to the red truth. If and only if I am given a truth, I am permitted to draw my sword for items that pertain to it.
What do you mean by a truth?
For example, there are Lady ERIKA's packing tape seals.
Ah, those. Lady Berncastle, wait.
Lady Berncastle has already acknowledged that those seals are equivalent in value to the red truth. Therefore, I am permitted to draw the red key, at least for truths pertaining to those seals.
Those caused me a lot of trouble the last game, so I had all the sticky tape. Those caused me a lot of trouble in the last game, so I had all those sticky packing tape removed from the game board this time around.
A splendid move.
ERIKA was proud to be able to call herself the detective, wasn't she?
Yes. Though her only goal was to irresponsibly solve riddles, it was a matter of pride for her.
Then she must really be suffering now that she can't make that proclamation.
Only she could tell you that.
Balor took a deep breath and hung his head in thought for a time. ERIKA was his enemy, but she was the player on the human side, and without her, there would be no game. It had been the same with the old Beato. Balor had one-sidedly viewed Beato as an enemy. However, though Beato had thought of him as her opponent, she hadn't considered him an enemy on a personal level. In accordance with the rules... Oh wait. Hold on. In accordance with the rules, I must fight my rival ruthlessly. However, that doesn't mean I need to hate ERIKA herself. I won't misunderstand Beato's game. ERIKA, you're free to choose not to make a detective proclamation. In that case, go ahead and fight just with your powers as a human. I've been prepared to do that from the start. However, you have talented allies. Dalnor, Gertrude, and Cornelia. You aren't alone. You have allies. Yeah, but they're unreliable, powerless, and useless scum. Dalnor, just like how I was supported by Virgilia and Renove in the past, ERIKA needs support as well. I know from repeated experience that playing for the human side is tough.
Yes, I will assist her with all the power I possess.
Understood.
Know that it is our job. And you can't even use the red truth. ERIKA, I'll give the power not to you, but to your allies. Huh? What do you think you're doing? I'd rather die than receive your pity. 3 people. Dalnor, Gertrude, and Cornelia. ERIKA, I'll let you use 3 rooms worth of those packing tape seals. To fully seal one room, multiple seals would be needed to cover all the windows and doors. If he had said 3 seals, it would only have been possible to fully seal one room at best. So Balor was generous and limited them by room instead of by seal.
Lord Battler.
As the Game Master, I also acknowledge that these seals have the same effect as the Red Truth. This way you'll be able to wield that red longsword in a fight surrounding those, right?
Yes, but are you certain?
Winning against ERIKA when she's less than a detective is hardly a victory. If ERIKA's upping the stakes, then I should have the right to do the same. Whew, what a man! Aren't you lucky, ERIKA? Now you can use a bit of the red without making the detective proclamation and irritating your master. You'll regret this. I'll use these 3 seals and kill you no matter what. Perfect. Come to kill me. Though it was only for 3 rooms, it was the red truth that ERIKA had desperately wanted. Now that she finally had enough leeway to fight as she pleased, she ground her teeth at being pitied by Balor, but her tears were not those of shame.
Understood. 3 rooms worth of packing tape seals accepted. Regarding this matter, it should... Understood. 3 rooms worth of packing tape seals accepted. Regarding this matter, should we consider them as being accepted retroactively back when Lady ERIKA received the non-sticky packing tape from Mrs. Kumasawa?
ERIKA had borrowed the packing tape from Kumasawa to make seals with. However, Balor had made it so those weren't sticky. If he ruled that there had never been any problem with the stickiness of that packing tape, the transition could be made smoothly. Sure, that's fine. I'll rewrite the tale. The packing tape that ERIKA received from Kumasawa late at night on the first day was sticky, but there was only enough left to use on 3 rooms. I'll apply that from here on out.
Understood. Lady ERIKA will also retroactively adjust her movements, starting before the discovery of the first twilight, and taking into account that the application of this privilege is now possible. As soon as these changes affect the progression of the game, they will be reported to the Game Master.
Letting you do it retroactively even though you know which rooms the crime will occur in gives you a pretty big advantage. You won't have to waste tape on Letting you do it retroactively even though you know which rooms the crime will occur in. That'll give you a pretty big advantage. You won't have to waste tape on other rooms.
It seems you've grown quite arrogant since becoming the Game Master. Isn't it fun to give out charity to your pathetic opponents?
Quiet! And don't misunderstand. I'm not being arrogant or soft here. ERIKA, use this weapon and come with me with all you've got. Then I'll crush you with all I've got. So hold your head up high and use those 3. That is all. Balor made to leave the room with a flick of his cape. As he did, he thought he heard ERIKA let out a strained voice calling him to a stop. What is it? If you have no business with me, I'm going. Make sure you talk with Dalnor. Don't listen to those obnoxious witches, whatever they tell you. As long as I'm on this game board, I won't let them do whatever they please.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll fight with all I've got. I'll come at you with all my strength. So I'll defeat you no matter what. So if you do win against me, please crush me with all your strength. Please don't leave a scrap behind.
I don't know how to cry, I'm sorry. Understood. And don't you go easy on me. This is the final game. I'm playing to prove Beato that I've reached the truth. By now, who wins and who loses doesn't affect that goal. So I just want to accept you as a rival and settle this. In the end, let's suspect each other over and over. In the end, stop! In the game, let's suspect each other over everything as enemies. But as fellow players, let's trust each other. It's how this game is supposed to be played.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Balor melted into the darkness and became a cloud of gold butterflies and vanished. ERIKA remained behind, sobbing. Just kidding. Jeez, you're a dim, stupid man. You totally fell for it and gave me the tape. I, Furuno ERIKA, have packing tape! It was hard to imagine the person who had been sobbing pathetically and this person now were the same. That's how vile her face contorted to be. The 2 witches were also cackling with ugly smiles. I totally understand. When you become Game Master, it feels like you've become God, and you get all sure of yourself.
It was the same for you, Lambda. Of course you'd lose after leaving a stupid mistake like walking corpses alone. Stupid Game Masters, stupid mistakes, stupid pride, stupid losses, stupid battler, stupid everything.
Stupid losses, stupid battler, stupid everything. nice ring to it. Nice one, my master. Stupid Valor, stupid everything, stupid Valor, stupid everything.
And that stupid Valor really thinks ERIKA's at a disadvantage. Then I really pity him. A detective proclamation isn't what you need to kill a moron.
Death by falling on a piece of tofu? It had to be soft tofu too!
Add some gochujang chili paste and you've got a snack that go great with some wine.
The three giggled together. It had all been an act to get the packing tape for the seals from Valor, even though the packing tape that had tormented him so much in the last game was unusable in this one. He had fallen for ERIKA's act, and she had gotten what she wanted, though just 3 rooms worth. The illusion that ERIKA had an overwhelming disadvantage was just an act. A trap to trick Valor and made him hand over the packing tape. With this I can kill Valor perfectly! I figured out those pathetic closed rooms long ago. A perfect closed room? Dumbass! I'll show you a perfect closed room! Oops, I messed up. With this, I can kill Valor perfectly. I figured out those pathetic closed rooms long ago. A perfect closed room? Dumbass! I'll show you a real perfect closed room. I can almost cry for joy at the fact that you gave me the weapon that'll finish you. My master, Lady Lanta Delta, thank you so much for going along for this act. It was fun. No need to thank me.
Plus, it wasn't an act.
Castle had said something that was probably disturbing, but in her good mood, ERIKA didn't care a bit. That pudding for brains moron thinking that he's done something so noble. I'll make you regret it. All right, let's use these seals at our leisure. You did great too, Dalnor. It seems that Valor trusts you, so you believed every word you said. Don't tell me your conscience is hurting, you little murder doll. No. Dalnor looked at ERIKA in a slightly lonely way, and after shaking her head slightly, her gaze turned hard, and she looked at the darkness Valor had disappeared into.
He should have known that this was a no-holds-barred fight. How foolish, Lord Battler. This is without a doubt the result of your pride. Mr. Battler, this will be fatal.
So far so good, Fur?
Yeah, all the lovers clearly possess a strong will.
This is a victory for love that we shall extol.
Everyone had gotten used to these two overdramatic demons. George spoke quietly with an annoyed expression. We only extol that after we passed your trial and someone has been given the miracle of magic. I agree. We've all passed the first trial. What's next? I won't hold back anymore. I'll do whatever it takes.
Yes, we won't lose.
We won't lose either.
Yeah. And of course, the same goes for Balor's group. Of course. I doubt anyone here is so naive that they hope to win by having the others forfeit. Right. Anyone weak enough to drop out would have no right to be here right now. Even Beato, who seemed to be the shakiest one of the 6, was strongly determined. The 2 demons nodded at each other, taking note of the 6's continued resolve. So, what's the next trial? Don't tell me you still haven't decided.
Well, we thought at least some of you would drop out.
We didn't think that you'd all remain. What a happy, miraculous miscalculation due to love! Shut up! So, are we going to play musical chairs or something to make sure someone drops out?
Yes, precisely that! We've decided to have this trial eliminate one group no matter what.
This trial is the second twilight of the epitaph!
Tear apart the 2 who are close! I don't get it.
Zepar, Furfur, what sort of trial is this? Do you mean we're going to kill each other?
That settled things quickly. Though it's not exactly civilized. Love is for carnivores. I guess we can't all just find happiness together, can we? This is what they call a zero-sum game. It's an economic word, but maybe you've heard of it?
No. My apologies.
Zero-sum game. It's a victory where all losses all cancel out to end up with zero. Whoops, I think I misread that. Zero-sum game. It's a victory and losses all cancel each other out to end up with zero. In other words, for someone to win, someone else must be forced to lose. It's the ruthless way of this world. If only everyone could be happy. But there's no way an ideal world like that could exist. Oops. I messed up. My bad. Let me reread that. If only everyone could be happy. But there's no way an ideal world like that could exist.
No, there is!
That is the Golden Land! The Golden Land? What are you talking about? That's right. If you reach the Golden Land, all love will be satisfied. However, like heaven and hell, that's not a place in this world. I wouldn't want that. Love is meaning because we find it in this world. I could never support a sad lover's... Okay, let me try that again. I wouldn't want that. Love is meaning because we find it in this world. I can't read it. Hold on, let's try again. How am I going to read this? Okay. No, I wouldn't want that. Love is meaning because we find it in this world. I can never support two people killing themselves in love when they're only united after death. I'll stick to my love in my life. I won't lose to anyone.
George.
The door to the Golden Land can be opened by solving the epitaph's riddle. In that place, love and lives are all whole and can be revived, but... We're straying from the point. Let's hear about the second trial now. Right. What are you trying to make us do with this tear apart the two who are close thing?
It is quite simple.
The only possible way to tear apart two lovers is by the sad farewell of death.
The second trial involves killing one of the six.
Of course, any lover with their partner killed is disqualified.
In short, one group of lovers must fail during this fight. In short, one group of lovers must fail during this trial.
Wait. Did I read that right? God damn it, I accidentally clicked too fast. Damn it! I think I read that wrong.
In short, one group of lovers must fail during this trial.
You say kill so easily. What exactly are we supposed to do?
You can just fight to the death.
Or you can decide by a lottery of some sort.
Like hell we choose by drawing lots. Let's have a fair and square duel. Though if we do that, I imagine the battle of the Game Master and Beatrice, who's the Golden Witch, even though her memory is gone, will have a substantial advantage.
Well, I wonder about that.
Don't worry! For this trial, we have made everyone's powers equal.
Even the Game Master Lord Battler is taking this trial on an even footing with everyone else. In that case, it's fair.
Is it completely and purely on an even footing?
Yes, it's perfectly even! In a one-on-one matchup, victory would be decided by luck. It's perfectly even.
So it'll probably take some time before it's settled.
So is the trick to attack when you're in a superior position, I wonder?
Duels that take time are of course wonderful.
Why would anyone leave it up to luck? Of course we want to fight in a situation to our advantage.
In that case, a three-way struggle. Won't that mean we're stuck?
Beato was the first to notice. If the six are truly on an even footing and both willing and capable of winning, one pair would have to concentrate their attacks on a single person. If that happened, then the pair containing their target would of course band together and resist. In other words, it would never be 2 against 1. It would become 2 against 2 in a matter of luck. However, at that time, any third pair who happened to be watching this could team up with whichever pair they liked with no risk to themselves, defeating the opposing pair with certainty. Sounds troublesome. It means that moving first is disadvantageous. If you step forward and fight, It's a matter of luck. If you sit and wait for the others to start fighting, it's certain victory. A fight would never begin in this situation. That's true, I'd be the one trying to stay out of it until the very end. Maybe if we just have everyone fight the person next to them one-on-one. And as soon as one fight is settled, the trial will be over. Unless everyone could abandon any naive hopes for a 2-on-1 fight, this trial would never begin and never end. In that case, if they met a gentleman's agreement and had everyone duel at once, it would be no different from drawing lots, but at least it would be even.
That won't work. If we do that, everyone will just defend instead of fighting proactively. All they need to do is wait for someone to lose before they do.
Shannon's point of view was a sound one. If both fighters just glared at each other without attacking, then neither would lose. All they had to do was wait for someone other than themselves to lose first. This brought them back to their starting point. No one would fight proactively.
Then, in the end, no one will move and nothing will be resolved.
Since there's only this arithmetical situation where we all have the same strength, it's almost like a puzzle. True. It would have been an interesting duel if our strengths were unknown. However, since we've been told that we're perfectly even, this duel is no different than rock, paper, scissors.
In that case, why not use rock, paper, scissors to decide it?
Are you crazy? I'm not gonna do that! Even if someone does lose, there's no way they accept their loss! If they don't accept it, then they will be attacked by the 4 winners. In the world where all are equal, the losers will have no chance of surviving. True. Well now, is rock, paper, scissors actually the most reasonable way to sell this? It's extremely reasonable. However, if you ask me whether I'd be reckless enough to entrust my fate to some random number generator, the answer is no. Please do consider that problem!
This is the second trial we have for you!
Think and fight to the death! Please decide whom the sacrifice will be! Oh, I guess I won't do the ERIKA scene until tomorrow then. I don't know. I already read for a while. No, shh, be quiet, Kraus. It is not time anymore. Any tips? No. Okay, goodbye!